was examples of a small snippet of like how you would make a track, and from one track that was a brilliant demo, and so you were basically enhancing or crafting something, and one song that was a fairly sort of well, it was a very different type of demo, and the song they were trying to make was quite different in essence. So, I mean, I suppose I should set the scene that the first track, I think you'll all probably recognise it when I play it. We're in Milan. This is obviously after 10 years of working with Mute, I'm finally working with Depeche. Honestly, it was the biggest thing ever for me. And we're in Milan, and we've had a bit of pre-production, and it's obvious that they all wanted change, but nobody was quite sure how to do this, and that job rested on me. But Depeche being Depeche, a very tight-knit unit, and outsiders have to really work hard, really very hard. So we started off with this particular song. This was the first song that we recorded, and the demo was pretty much a very smaller version of what you know and love, but everything about it was all a bit of a test, really. So we all started off, let me just see if I can get a little loop going round just to illustrate my point. So the first day in the studio in Milan with Depeche Mode, what are we going to do? We're going to record ourselves kicking a bit of metal in the booth, me and Fletch, with Dave, Martin and Alan and the engineer who I'd never met, all sitting looking. So it's a powerful sound. So that was the first overdub, and that took a long time to do. It wasn't something I was expecting. I was thinking, a foot stomp? How hard can that be? Oh boy. Anyway, so we do this, and then it's on to the main riff of the song. Now Martin felt very, very, very strongly that this should be what's that? I'm just about to do the wrong thing here. Totally. Martin felt very, very strongly that it should be acoustic guitar. So again, went, okay, fine, you're the boss, I'm working my way in here, so let's do a bit of acoustic guitar. So again, you think, well, he's written it, he's a pretty damn fine guitar player, which I didn't realise at the time. I thought, well, Depeche Mode, they don't do guitars, do they? So we spent a long time playing this and playing it and playing it and playing it, and then we all agreed it sounds pretty good. But personally, I felt that it could go a bit further, but I had to wait. So we're going along, this sounds pretty good. It's basically the demo, except a bit bigger. So obviously Depeche are going, how much are you charging? All the way to Milan? All expenses? Right. Anyway, so maybe we can make the foot stomps a little bit bigger. Go, right, big deal, bit of room, record a bit of room, you know, with the speakers out there, yeah sure, anybody can do that. But it makes it a bit bigger. So then another idea that was going along was to use acoustic-y type of instruments. So we'd have harmonica, or one idea for the bass was actually to use a Jew's harp, which I don't know if you know what those are. They just play them like that. That's very painful. So, yeah, okay, that sounds pretty good. You know, sample it, get somebody to go bong bong, spending a whole afternoon doing this, and then people would sort of go, it sounds a bit like a blues band. We're Depeche Mode. What's going on? Where are you leading us, madam? I didn't trust you in the first place, and now where are you? So, anyway, try and readdress the balance. We'll try and introduce something a little bit more Depeche Mode-esque. Let's see if I'll make it a bit loud. I don't know, it's starting to sound halfway decent now. So then try and add a few more things to the bass, try and make that sound a little bit more like it's got a bit more interest going. Okay, so that's pretty good. That's not a bad start off. So that's probably a couple of days worth of work. A lot of testing, a lot of like, okay, is this as good as it gets? Anyway, sadly, some of the major bits, well, no, actually not sadly, it's quite good. I don't want to give the whole game away. But there are loads of other pieces in here that you just start to see that essentially all I was doing was enhancing what they already had and trying to help them go to a new place. And it was very difficult. It was very difficult. I mean, in the end, in order to get the life out of the guitar that I thought it needed, finally persuaded Martin to actually put an electric. So, and even though the acoustic had taken half a day to record, I remember he just did the electric guitar parts in one go. Just like, oh, really? Is that what I've got to do? Alright. Oh. Yeah, can I go now? Small victories. So that's the way that that track was built up. Each part of that track was very, very crafted, and it was just trying to enhance effectively what was there. If I had the slide guitar part here, I could show that I always heard that as screaming voices, and there was one evening when they're all looking at me going, what are you talking about? It's a slide guitar. And Dave going, but just scream into something? What? And I go, yeah, just scream into anything. What, like this? Ah! And I went, great. So they sampled it and put it with the guitar that slides up, and that's why the sounds, it sounds like a slide guitar, but it's not quite a slide guitar. And that's something that they'd obviously learnt from Daniel, and I had learnt from Daniel, this thing of meticulously crafting something and building it. And, well, you all know how the track is. You know, it's a fantastic piece of music, but it was only a better version of the demo. So, and that's the job of the producer sometimes, to actually go, look, it's great, I don't need to do anything, which is a bit hard when the artist is looking at you going, yeah, Tom, well, what exactly have you done in the last hour and a half? How much are we paying you? Again. So, but then I wanted to show you a different track which shows a different side to things. I've got to see if I can load up the demo. Please bear with me a second. And then it might make a little bit more sense. Right, let's see. Let's see how is technology going to be on our side. Go on, you can do it. Not looking good for our heroes. Okay. No. No, you can't hear anything, can you? No, nor can I. Okay. Alright, well we'll just have to abandon that. We'll all have to imagine how the demo of Enjoy the Silence goes. I don't know if anybody's heard that. Yeah, I think you probably all have. You probably all got it in shrink wrap vinyl somewhere. But again, brilliant song, really moody, but it's just Martin.